along with apostles, of the mysteries of God. Because God is much bigger than what we make him to be. He is multifaceted. You might say, what does that word mean? That word means to one person, you're a wife. Yes. To another person, that's my daughter. To another person, you are a teacher. But just like an onion, when mama used to cook goulash, woman of God, every now and then she'd take an onion. And if you know the thing about them yellow onions, it's got a hard orange shell. And so she said, baby, go to the store and get me a couple of onions. So when she get the onions, I see her in the kitchen, she cooking the food. And so she began to take the orange part off. But guess what, y'all? When she removed that layer, there's another layer. Then she removed that layer, there's another layer. So what we are saying is that a prophet and an apostle, they are not one that is much geared toward babes. Those ministries are top heavy because they are designed for the birthing and the development of sons of God. When we say sons of God, it is a gender neutral word. Yes. You can be a female and be a son because in the spirit there is no gender. It's a spiritual thing. Everybody all right? So what God was saying to Daniel is that there's going to be an explosion in man's knowledge. We're in that time because we have artificial intelligence. Y'all all right? Yeah. Movie by what Will Smith called artificial intelligence, where it talked about how, and it demonstrated human sickness and disease would be augmented with technology. There's a new area of science, I'm going to say this, man of God, and we would like to get some comments from you, called transhumanism. Let me say that one more time. Transhumanism. So in school they taught us to break big words down. The prefix trans means we going somewhere. Human is in the middle. Then humanism. So what we're talking about is going beyond the God-made human to something that man believes is going to be better than God's original creation. But did not the Bible tell us, saints, there's nothing new under the sun? Because what we think is new technology, y'all listen real good, they was doing that in Genesis before the flood. Y'all all right? Because the Bible said the sons of God, who were the angels, and when you talk about angels, they ain't these beings with halos and wings. That was Hollywood's portrayal of something that man didn't have the ability to grasp, right? How can a being defy time and space? Do you not know that God had these beings that existed? So what happened was, when they cohabitated with human women, their offspring, Genesis says, in Genesis 6, became men of old, men of renown, and they passed wicked supernatural knowledge to mankind. So for those of you that are familiar with science fiction, there is a term called a hybrid. Yes. Yes. Y'all all right? So the term hybrid actually comes from something that they was doing in ancient Egypt. They was doing in Babylon. But then they didn't call it a hybrid, they called it a chimera, which is where the fallen angels, the Bible said they were so wicked, saints, they began to tamper with the genetics of men, even the animals. So some of this stuff Apostle folks thought was science fiction. Do you not know that science fiction must at least be based in part on some truth? So if you go to college, there's something they have called a hypothesis or a theory. Yes. But in order for that theory or hypothesis to pan out to be true, it must be based on at least some fact. Yes. So what they were doing then, we're doing now. Because history is not in a straight line, saints. History is cyclical. Because Solomon, David's son, told us in Ecclesiastes 3, he said, there is nothing new under the sun. The things that have been are the things that shall be. So technology is playing a role. It's going to play a role in the mark of the beast, which is rapidly coming upon us. Moving from paper currency to digital currency. Come on, somebody. Even something called the central bank digital currency. The Bible says that we will move from a society in the whole world based on paper money to cashless. So technology is going to play a role in all these things, and it is a major sign letting us know the church age is drawing to a close and the Lord's coming is on its way.